there are two characteristics that take away our ability to live our lives to the fullest, to become the most productive version of ourselves, and to remain consistent in the good practices that we need in order to maintain a healthy relationship with other people, as well as a strong connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muhammad ibn al-Hanafiya, also known as Muhammad ibn Ali, rahimahullah, gave this advice to his son: Ya bunayya, iyaka wal kasal wal dajar. He says, my son, stay away from these two things. One is laziness, inactivity, lethargy, complacency, inactivity. This is something that you need to abstain from. And the second thing is dajar. Dajar is an extremely short fuse or a severe lack of patience, where the person gets irritated and annoyed at the slightest things. So one is laziness, and the other is severe lack of patience. He says, فَإِنَّكَ إِن كَسِلْتَ لَمْ تُؤَدِّ حَقًّا. If you become a lazy person, a lethargic person, you cannot fulfill any kind of haqq. You cannot fulfill any right. You cannot fulfill the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because you are lazy in His worship. You cannot fulfill the haqq of your parents because of the same reason. You cannot fulfill the haqq of the other people in your life. You cannot fulfill the haqq of anyone else in your life for the same reason. In fact, you cannot even fulfill the haqq of yourself. You can't even take care of yourself because you just don't have the willingness. You don't have the strength and the level of activity, you don't even have the level of energy that is required to take care of your own basic needs. And this person might not even be able to take care of their loved ones or their dependents simply for the reason that they can't get themselves to get up and do it. So they will procrastinate. They will come up with excuses. They'll have so many reasons why they can't or don't want to do such and such thing. The result of all of those excuses and reasons comes down to and amounts to the exact same thing, that nothing gets done in this person's life. The other thing was dajar. He says, stay away from this severe shortage of and lack of patience. فَإِنَّكَ إِن ضَجِرْتَ لَمْ تَصْبِرْ عَلَى حَقٍّ. If you have this severe shortage or this heightened tendency to be irritated and annoyed at everything, at everyone, you will not be able to remain consistent in any good thing. Whether it is a haqq of Allah, worship, the slightest thing will annoy you and it will irritate you and say, I can't do this anymore. Somebody goes to the masjid, they see one thing that is mildly irritating to them and they say, I'm not going to go to the masjid anymore. Similarly, in relationships, you see one thing in the other person that is mildly annoying, you say, I don't want to see this person anymore. And this quality of dajar, the shortage of patience, the shortage of calmness and ability to absorb things, take things, process things, and to be able to cope with mildly uncomfortable circumstances. The lack of resilience in this regards takes away from a person to live a meaningful and happy life. This person is always unhappy. And every small problem is made to appear so immense that it is affecting their entire life. The smallest nuisance, the smallest glitch in a system, the smallest inappropriate gesture from someone, it completely shuts them down. So these are two qualities that we need to keep ourselves away from. And the opposite of this needs to be done, where we replace our laziness, our inactivity with activity, by becoming more active, by compelling ourselves to do more in any area of life in which we are falling behind. And For the other one, we need to build this resilience in us, this tolerance in us, so that small things don't turn us off, they don't shut us down, they don't put us in such a position where we are unable to continue. This requires building our own capacity.